Alright, so now we're going to be setting up the firewall on Linux, and to do that we're going to be doing everything through the console, right, through terminal. So we're going to go search your computer, terminal, pretty used to it by now, open it up, log in as root, there we go, perfect. So now we're going to want to enable the firewall. So now it's Ubuntu firewall enable, copy that, copy that, paste it in here. So that's just going to enable the firewall, do nothing else. Now it's going to tell you firewall is active and enabled on system startup. So we're going to enter these other commands here as well. Same thing. So this is going to default to denying incoming connections. What that's going to do is any connection that's coming in that hasn't been approved or whitelisted is going to be denied. So that's going to make the system more secure and allow it to defend against like attacks that are trying to open up backdoors and other stuff on the computer. Enter there. Nice. And now we are going to set the logging to medium over here. Once again, making sure to copy and paste so you don't mess up when typing it in. And now logging is enabled. You can set different levels of logging, but medium is all you really need for this type. So now the next part of this is allowing the services or ports through the firewall. So since we denied incoming by default, we're now going to need a whitelist services. So to do that, you're just going to want UFW allow, and because there's no README and this isn't a competition image, we'll just have to like make something up. So let's say SSH is required to be allowed on this computer so that you can remote from home. So you want to allow SSH, and now it's added two rules: SSHD, or allow SSH. Great. But and the counterpart to that is making sure you delete allow anything that you don't need. So let's say that we were going through the README and SSH isn't allowed on the computer, but we noticed that hey, this has some rules on the computer allowing people to SSH in. So we're going to want to do UFW delete allow SSH, and that will remove the rules that we just added right up above right here and remove them from the computer so that no longer will the SSH service be allowed on any ports on this computer, and all incoming connections having to do with that service will be denied by default. You're going to have to go through the README for every single thing, making sure to allow stuff. If it requires like a mail server, you're going to like allow SOM-bus along those lines. This part of the checklist is heavily reliant on the README. You're going to have to sort of make the call on whether or not the service is allowed based on if it's said in the README. And then you're going to want to go through and delete everything that's not required. So just make sure to just delete all the unnecessary connections after you've allowed the ones that you require.